low. So whatever the barrier is, assuming there are no seats earned as of year-to-date October 2025, they have a chance to qualify this November via the extension. So all they need to do is just make up for the balance. Okay? If it is NAP, for example, halimbawa yung agent natin naka 1.4 million NAP na, ang kulang na lang niya 100,000 technically, di ba? Pero for the extension campaign kasi, there are minimum NAP requirements. Okay, and the minimum NAP requirements to be produced for the month of November, that's what you see on the third column there. At the agent level, it's 300,000 NAP. At the unit manager level, it's 1.875 million, and so on. So if you have an agent, for example, who generated 1.4 million NAP already as of October 31, he just needs to produce 300,000 NAP. And the November persistency has to be 70%. Binabaan na natin, sobra na rin nating liberalize yung persistency. Kung meron man siyang kulang sa protection case count, kalimutan na natin yon because the protection case count and the protection sellers have been waived during the extension campaign. So it can also be that you have a qualifier who has met all requirements. Let's say NAP, tapos na, protection case count, tapos na rin, but the only issue will be on persistency. Then all that person needs to do is to produce the required NAP for November, which is 300,000 at the agent level and 70% persistency. Okay, so that he gets to maximize his qualification to the protection drive. We released an updated bulletin when we did the extension. It was launched last week, and then there are also some scenario examples, no? 2 pages po yun, scenario examples on different possible permutations or combinations in relation to the protection drive and what needs to be delivered for the month of November so that they can qualify. Okay, so at sa mga sapat na yung kanilang seats, let's imagine you have people who have 4 seats already, can they still maximize the extension of the protection drive? The answer is yes, because when they produce multiples of 300,000 NAP, every 300,000 issued protection NAP will be equivalent to 15,000 pesos net of tax pocket money. Sky is the limit when it comes to the pocket money. There's no cap to that. Okay, so the bigger that you produce this November, the bigger the pocket money that you can use for shopping when you go to Fukuoka or travel to other cities within Japan. Okay, so next slide, please. So we have Flying Start, Fukuoka, Protection Drive, Mission Activation. I think this is fairly clear with everyone. I'm sure you have, ang dami na rin po nitong mga improvement because we value your feedback. And when we launched this, obviously there was a comparison against October. There were some comments about the bonus amounts. So from 500, naging 1,000, ngayon 1,500 na, all the way to 9,000 cash reward. And we are happy to report that there are more unit managers that are engaged because of this promo. So instead of anchoring it on the unit activation rate, all it takes would be count of active agents. Starting at 3 active agents at the unit level, the unit manager will start to get rewarded. In October, as of October 16, there were less than 20 who qualified. But when we ended October, there are about 190 unit managers who qualified. For November, because of this enhanced design, where the activation ratio is no longer required. Kasi kung yun ang requirement natin, the teams with big manpower, they cannot compete, right? Because it's a very difficult requirement. So we want to make the contest more inclusive for as many unit managers as possible because we want these UMs to earn more money than ever before, okay, just by activating agents. And so for November, as of the latest update, November 18, we have 228 unit manager qualifiers already. We are confident that we're going to breach the forecast of 400 to 500 unit manager winners in this campaign. So that's the dream, di ba? About 50% or even more of our agency leaders will be able to qualify and they will get something from this campaign. Sinabi na rin kanina ni Miss Jenny, no, at 20 active agents, 9,000 cash reward. We're talking of 180,000 pesos bonus amount coming from this campaign alone. And by the way, the persistency requirements have been waived as well, just like in October. Even in the Flying Start, hindi ko pala nabanggit yon. Waived na rin po sa Flying Start yung persistency requirement in the invitation as well as in the cash rewards and in the raffle. All the more reasons to celebrate and chances of qualifying. Okay, my last two slides, I will wrap up as well in a bit because we still have two more speakers. Just to remind everyone as well, our agency leaders, this is to promote retention. We have extended the Raise 200,000 campaign. It is a targeted campaign, so there were individual blasts that were released to the target participants. Okay, so for October, there are about 15,770 agents who were sent the challenge to be able to meet the 100,000 NAP by October and sell at least one case count in October as well. And based on the October pre-final results, we have 196 who qualified. Yung nag-qualify na sa October, hindi nakasama sa challenge na ito for November. So we sent this out, I believe, latter part of last week or early this week, and the target participants is 15,205. Again, the goal is for them to be able to retain their contract, no? Because the 100,000 app is, after all, the retention requirement for tenured agents in 2025. We want to engage them because there's also a big potential, no? In terms of production and productivity, big potential coming from this segment of agents who can be engaged and therefore can also contribute to our bottom line results. So let us empower this 15,000 plus agents to qualify to the Raise 200,000 campaign, meet the year-to-date NAP requirement of 100,000 and one OLUL case count for them to get 2,000 pesos cash reward net of tax. Okay, and finally, also good news, this is my last slide already. For the Achievers Club, no, alam naman natin that there are a lot of some agency members who may have challenges when it comes to elevating their persistency. So there was this request from some leaders na baka naman pwede natin silang i-recognize sa Day Awards for them to be lauded as well in the newspaper advertisement. So we heard you. We recognize the current challenges when it comes to uplifting the persistency, and that's why you have seen some of the campaigns where persistency requirements have been waived, have been liberalized. For this as well, yung makakamit po ng ating Achievers Club requirements, you know the requirements for AC, right? It's SNAP, case count at the leader level, may new recruits, may average active agents, and then of course, there's gonna be the persistency requirement as well that the agency member needs to maintain or to meet. Now, assuming they do not meet that target, the good news is they can still qualify to the Achievers Club. They will be lauded in the Day Awards 2026, included in the newspaper advertisement, and they will also be receiving some of the tokens, okay? But the other perks of becoming an AC qualifier, for example, segmentation, that is out of scope, as well as participation in the AC Summit. Okay, but the good news is we got this approved from higher level management. So hopefully that will encourage our agents and agency leaders na kumbaga parang let not, kumbaga persistency, we hope that this will not be a showstopper for them, right? For them to qualify because we have 40 days left, no, before we end 2025, and we hope that we can, pump up the volume and get rewarded, get recognized, and get lauded as well. So these campaigns are, by the way, on top of everything else. Kasi meron pa po tayong Q4 production battalion for the top 20 agents and agency leaders. Meron pa pong Q4 MDRT bonus and FYP. Meron pang higher MDRT squadron, ERT, COT, TOT, TOT, 300,000 cash reward. Bukod dun sa MDRT Q4 bonus on FYP na malaki na rin po yung cash rewards doon. Plus, at the unit manager level, don't forget, meron pa rin po kayo nung persistency power up, where we compare your December ending persistency, unit persistency, against your September base. If you increase it by at least 1 percentage point, you get percentage bonus expressed as a percentage of your Q4 second year commission. So that bonus rate is between 1% all the way to 15% depending on the increase of your persistency rate. So a lot of things to be grateful for. and to qualify for, and hopefully that will steer our November performance. So with that, I am passing the floor over to Miss Aleli, and I'll also be looking at the chat for questions, which I will try to answer during this meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Doreen. So, can I request all our agency leaders to send your hearts, your like, as a show of appreciation, definitely to Ms. Doreen, no, for hearing us out for all the inputs, no, especially with regard to the incentives. Thank you again, Ms. Doreen. Thanks for the reminder that, and of course, definitely the many incentives, the cash bonuses, the rewards, and definitely the travels and the recognition, no, for this year, and definitely, no, the opportunity to be maybe one of the two winners, to be one of the two lucky winners of BYD as we raffle this off on our kickoff by January 2026. So at this point, I'd also like to recognize as well my co-SMTs who joined us this afternoon, sector heads Miss Marian, Miss Enas, Miss Van, Mark as well, and my co-SDs. If you guys, if by any chance you still have questions or clarifications from our session for today, please do reach out. Feel free to reach out to your respective SDs too. All right. So at this point, we'll proceed with the second part of the program, no, that is we will be talking about the purchase campaign, no. So at this point, let's move on to the topic that concerns directly to growth and definitely for client engagement. So up next, we have our lead, our head of leads and enforce management, to share with her insights and updates of the ongoing repurchase incentives, or in repurchase campaign rather, for this Q4. So I'd like to give the floor to Miss Shari for her updates as well. Over to you, Shari.
Thank you, Miss Aleli, and good afternoon to all our agency leaders. I apologize po sa aking boses kasi I'm a bit under the weather, but I hope that you can hear me clearly po. Can you give me a thumbs up lang po, no? So I can hear po clearly. Ayan, maraming salamat po. So again, good evening to all our agency leaders, and I'm Shari Samonte from the marketing team, and I would like to share with you some updates regarding our repurchase campaign. So, courtesy, of course, of your marketing partners. And let me just share with you some updates from the time that this was launched last October, and I'll also give you some highlights and updates as we share with you also some numbers, and also what are we currently doing to maximize, with your help, with all your help, as what Miss Jenny mentioned earlier po, no, that how can we maximize, and what are the opportunities that we can share to all of you in terms of our repurchase campaign. So let me share my slide. So okay. So just a quick recap of what is the repurchase campaign all about. So leaders, we launched this last October, and just to again share with you that we have two campaigns for this one. We have the Buy Another Policy program, or the resale campaign, and we also have the increase in coverage of current policy, or yung upsell po natin. And what's good about these offers is that what we want is a very simple process of simple and easy, no medical exam needed, up to 2 million coverage po sa ating mga eligible customers. And as of last week, I would just like to share to all of you that we already increased the base of eligible customers for both of our campaigns. So for the resale, we already targeted 127,000 customers po, from a total of 16,000 agents. These were all uploaded in PRULeads. Same goes with our increase in coverage of current policy, or upsell. So we have a total of 26,000 customers from 8,000 agents, as you can also see on your screens right now. So, what is the value proposition of this one? Of course, as we end the year, we are engaging still with our customers. And part of these campaigns is how can we also maximize the opportunity in terms of productivity, in terms for us, helping you and supporting you with these campaigns in terms of qualifying to our end goals and qualifying to our major campaigns as what Mr. Reen mentioned earlier. So, what is our target, our dear leaders of ProLife, is for us to generate a total of 4,000 new business policies with a potential 180 million APE po from this campaign alone. And what's in it for our agents and our leaders who are also supporting this campaign is we're looking at a total of 50 million overall cumulative commissions with this opportunity that we're also sharing to all of you. So, just some of the things that we're also doing, not just for our agency, our agents, but also for our customers, is we have a multi channel or personalized approach. And this actually resulted in 2 hot leads po, leaders in 2 weeks. Ibig sabihin po ng hot lead sa campaign natin ay naging interested po yung mga customers natin dito sa campaign na to by replying na I'm interested, I want to be contacted by my agent, or they also clicked and inquired in our multi-channel social media platforms like our Viber, because we also do our send out. As you can see, our sample information or communication here. We also launched the TalkBot. So meron na po tayong TalkBot, si Bianca. Yan, ang tumatawag po sa ating mga even agents are also being called right now by Bianca, our talkbot, and some agency touch points also. So as of this time, we already reached a total of 91,000 customers via our Viber channels, and we also 53,000 customers were reached through EDM or yung electronic data mail po. So it's a parallel communication on how we can hype the offer to our customers and agents at the same time po. Just to share with you some highlights of our repurchase campaign. So we just want to share with you that we also have an incentive for our agency leaders, our unit managers and agents. And this is actually just announced earlier through our memorandum that the campaign was extended. The Power Up campaign is also extended, wherein for the resale campaign, our agents will also get an additional 5% bonus of the initial model premium. And for our unit managers with the most number, of course, of resale conversions, you will also be rewarded with significant cash prizes po, just by maximizing this opportunity to reach out to excuse me, eligible customers for this campaign. Just also one thing that we'll also share with you. It's just a very simple agency leaders cascade, because we also are giving away these boot sets. Kung meron na po sa inyo, dagdagan pa po natin. Baka po yung mga unit managers natin na iba wala pa, no? So all of you who already have leads, all you need to do, leaders, is accept the leads in ProLeads. Sabihan lang po natin yung mga agents natin to accept the leads in ProLeads. And the next step is for them to engage with this eligible customer. And we will be raffling, we will also be giving away 10 sets of booths and also cash prizes to our agency leaders. This is until today po, no? Yung ating extension for the special challenge for this one. So these are just some of the contests involving po doon sa ating repurchase campaign. So another thing that we'd also like to highlight that was shared, launched, or sent via memo is the automated calls to set policy review appointments. Ito po yung our customers will be able to get gift certificates or GCs when they also say yes to your agents po to set an appointment, do policy review. No conversion needed po. It's just an appointment to do policy reviews, no? But of course, the ultimate goal pag naka-reach out na po tayo sa mga customers natin ay eventually makapag-upsell po tayo at resell sa kanila. So, ano din po ba yung gagawin ng mga agents natin, no? We also like to reiterate this that um, for our customers to also get the EGC kasi kailangan lang din pong i-update ng ating mga agents pag accept nila sa ProLeads na nakapag-met ay nakapag-proposal, at least proposal generated po at na-send po sa email ng customer yung pong kanilang proposal, no? Kahit proposal lang po para po ma-receive nila yung EGCs na for this campaign. So the details and the FAQs po, the full FAQs was just sent earlier this morning po to our agency leaders. So we're also highly encouraging everyone to please update your Proof4s so that all the list of the hot leads for the repurchase campaigns will be shown on the screens or the access of ProLeads para po sa mga participating agents din po natin dito sa campaign na to. So these are just the details on how we can install the latest ProofForce version in ProLead. So we'll also just share this later in our chat box. And aside from that, we also have campaigns or the repurchase cascade. So kung gusto niyo pong malaman yung full details and mechanics and guidelines with the help of our Pro Academy partners, the next schedule will be on December 3 po. So this is open to all our agents and leaders who are part of this campaign po. So this is via Zoom po at 6 p.m. on December 3. So I would also like to highlight some of the success stories that we have that we've been sending also to our agency force in the past weeks, no, on the success stories of our agents na nag-maximize po ng resale campaign natin. So just to highlight these successful agents, no, we have Miss Ditin Anco of Alexandrite to Summit Lia, no. She was able to upsell to her client. Sabi nga po dito ni Ditin, no, I started by checking ProLeads for the client's offer. I reached out to explain the max and light options. And then after she assisted the client, everything went smoothly, the payment was auto-charged, and the policy was updated in 7 days. Sabi naman po ni Lee Hardy David from the Blue Chalcedony Quartz branch, no, he was able to successfully resell to 4 clients po by just maximizing this campaign. So what more po, no, kung mas marami po pong mga agents natin are willing to do this as well, just get the names of the leads and accept them and reach out to them and set an appointment or policy review as we connect with our customers who are eligible for the campaign. So what is the support po that we need and asking for your help, our dear agency leaders, is just to follow through on hot leads. We just want to ask for your help to remind our agents na makasama po dito sa campaign to accept the leads, improve leads, and set appointments with customers who are interested kasi sila na po mismo yung nagsasabi na interested ako dyan, ano ba yung resell or paano ko i-upgrade yung plan ko. And we also sent to your sales directors the list of eligible customers. May customer names na po yung recently pinadala. So if you don't have the copy of that, please reach out directly to your SDs because we already sent a few batches of this campaign per branch. And just to show you how many were assigned and how many were accepted as we speak po. So we really need to ask for your support on this because of the opportunities that this can give to all of us. So for any campaigns or campaign questions and support, please feel free to email us. And you could also share with you the memo for this one. So thank you very much. And if you have questions po, I will just answer in our chat box. Thank you so much po.
Thank you very much, Harry, for all the update as regards initiatives, no, that our customers can maximize. So that's about 4,000 customers awaiting, no, to be given update of their opportunities again, no, and then insights as well and approaches that we can make use of, especially by utilizing our Pro Leads, no. So thank you very much, Harry, for the update. Dear leaders, it's 6 o'clock p.m. and I hope you can still indulge us with a few minutes of your time, no, just so for us to be able to give you a complete update. So briefly, I'd like to transition to our next speaker, no, which will be the last speaker for today. No, in terms of training updates, no, the last segment for this afternoon knows from incentives to resale opportunities. We now go to equipping on how we will be able to continuously equip our team members definitely with the right cash, no, and that is through training. So let's welcome our AVP for agent training, Miss Christine Doroin Vicencio, to share training updates. Teen, over to you.
Hello everyone. We are a little bit over time, so I hope you stay with me a little bit more. Okay, so I will be sharing some updates on training specifically for agent training. It should be very quick. So first up is going to be on continue to encourage you to send your recruits to join us for our face-to-face classes. You'll notice that our calendar is 50-50, 50% face-to-face, 50% virtual. We'll continue this practice until 2026. Mababa pa rin po yung attendance namin, but we are we believe in the impact and the value of having face-to-face classes. So we have this little comparison here. Okay, diba? Pag mag face-to-face classes, meron tayong food. Everyone likes it that we have food offered when we have our face-to-face classes. But more importantly, our sessions are more engaging and a little more paano ba interactive. Okay? Many of the PMs recommended that we gamify it. We have converted half part of the ROP already to games. We've also considered adding prizes. So baka meron po kayong mga recruits na were able to receive the golf umbrella already or the may ganun ano na gets nyo with a eco bag. So I hope your agents are able to join us in our face to face, especially for our OP1 classes. Okay, and because it's face to face, you have more interaction with not just your trainers, but more importantly uh, with your classmates, and hopefully they are able to bond and stick and commit to this career. And because it is face to face, you have more senses are engaged for better learning. So at least hindi po sila nagluluto habang sila po ay nagka-class compared to a virtual class. Okay? And hopefully the learning is able to stick kasi nga more senses are there. They are engaged. Because we recognize that more time and effort is invested to attend this, hopefully that also means higher commitment. And there will be a chance for you to meet with them. So we hope that we can continue to push for face-to-face classes. Right? Now, another important thing that we want to remind everyone about is the attendance of our OP2 and product recharge. We know that this is a retention requirement, but based on the data we have here today, only 19% of our rookies have completed our OP2 and 16% only have completed product recharge. We send the completion update of those two programs weekly already. And we've also announced that we have face to face, we have online, and we have also activated the digital completion equivalency for these two programs. So we hope that more of our rookies can complete this already. Okay? More importantly, okay, people who are able to complete ROP2 and product recharge, so there was a study comparing their productivity if nag-complete po sila ng training. So hindi ko na po iisa-isahin yung table, but generally what this means is that agents who attend both ROP2 and product recharge produce 5 times more than those who do not attend training. So at least more engaged po sila, mas madami din silang natututunan at na-apply din po nila. So we hope that again, we push for our agents to complete these two programs. Now, for 2026, we will move for our OP2 to be part of the NMA requirement for general privilege, meaning ROP1 will continue to be a coding requirement, but ROP2 will be a requirement for them to be able to sell. Now, PR, instead of just it being a retention requirement where we complete at the end of the year, we will consider putting it as a requirement to meet incentives, possibly protection drive, but that is not final yet. But again, these are the two general action plans that we have for 2026. Now, the last thing that I want to be able to share with you, we plan to offer a new program next year. Okay, it's called the PRU Certified Insurance Advisor Training. This will be in partnership with ATRAM. Okay, so mag we will partner with them to be able to discuss these sessions, these topics more effectively. Now, madami po siya, yes, but we also have to recognize that not and everything should be discussed and offered to everyone. So not everyone and anyone can join. So meron po itong tiers, meron po siyang requirements for you to be able to join levels 1 through 5. Now, you'll see that for novice, so the topics are more of an introduction to certain things, all right? Whereas as advanced, naturally, pagdating ng beginner, proficient, advanced, and expert. Now, some people might be wondering, what if I'm an MDRT already? Should I complete level 1 before I proceed to the succeeding levels? Not necessarily. Okay? While we recommend that you attend 1 or 2 before probably advanced level or expert, okay? Pero hindi naman po siya i-require if you meet certain parameters. Like for MDRT, hindi na siya kailangan mag-attend ng novice. Okay? We will release the parameters and the schedule of this later, well, next year na, okay? But so far, this is the new program that we'll be offering for our agents. So I hope you are excited and you'll be able to support us with the new program that we'll be offering. All right. So that is all from our end. And if you have questions, I'll just check it in the chat box. That's all from me. Thank you. Back to you, Aleli.
Thank you very much, Miss Teen, for the updates and more importantly, reminders on how important it is to invest no, in our people by equipping them definitely through training. No? So we do hope that as we end the year, well, actually before we end the year, hopefully we'll be able to make sure that we still have about 2,000 of our advisors, our agents who have not yet completed the necessary training. So I hope before we start December, they have already gone through and completed the requirements via our Pro Expert platform. So once again, thank you very much, Teen, for the updates. That would definitely give us the confidence and the push now for our direction this Q4. So of course, we have heard from our last speaker for the day. No, so we thank our dear head office leaders and everyone who tuned in today. Definitely, your presence and engagement reflect our shared commitments to excellence. So as we wrap up our session today, allow me to call on, of course, one of our sales head, no, to formally close our meeting for this afternoon. Let me call in the Vice President and Sector Head for Metro Manila 1, Ms. Marian Sebastian. Over to you, Ms. Marian.
All right. Thank you so much, Aleli. Thank you so much, dear leaders. Thank you and congratulations once again to all of you who continue to stand with us in this fight to remain the number one life insurance company in the Philippines. We could have not done this without your leadership po, no? Hard work and of course your support. Thank you as well for attending our PRUConnect session this afternoon. A big thank you to our speakers, NSD Jenny, Miss Doreen, Miss Shari, and Miss Teen. And to, of course, our energetic host, LSD Aleli. Let us show our appreciation naman po no, to our host, LSD Aleli, by having our heart react or thumbs up no dun sa ating pong chat box. At the same time, a big thank of course to our support officers then no Ali and Mace for making this event smooth and successful. My dear leaders, we stand here today not just as performers, but as champions of quarter three. As NSD mentioned earlier, that quarter three is the most challenging quarter of the year. No? So we rose above every challenge, we fought for every inch, and we claimed the number one spot. And now, the goal po is crystal clear. No, we need to finish the year the same way we ended quarter three, to still be the number one. No one takes the crown from ProLife UK. Kindly thumbs up po, heart react, or type number one if you're with us in defending our crown. Ayan. So thank you so much, my dear leaders. So how do we finish November strong? Of course, we should activate every driver available to us. Napakarami po nating incentive drivers na pwede po nating i-push in the last 2 months of the year. As mentioned, for our agent, we have the Power Up bonus, which rewards our volume producers. The 2026 Flying Start could also be one of the incentives that we can drive for activation. The MDRT Squadron, pushing our elite to close the year as not just as MDRTs but ERTs, COTs, or even TOTs. The Fukuoka Extra Credit, and of course the extension of New Zealand Protection Drive, which has reignited excitement in the field. No, I hope that all of us, no, even our agents, are excited with this extension. And of course, the race to 100 for our still non-validating agents who are ready for their breakthrough moment as well. This exists po, my dear leaders, for one purpose. And ang purpose po na yon is to help every agent and you, my dear leaders, end the year with confidence, performance, and of course, momentum for 2026. For our dear unit managers, our engine of activation, this is your moment as well. For our unit activation, you can earn from 1,500 to 9,000 for every active agent, no? This November. And my dear leaders, this is not just an incentive, it's a call to lead. Every agent you activate strengthens your unit, your branch, and the entire organization. Let us also maximize the upsell and resell program or the repurchase campaign. This is a silent but very powerful driver for the next 2 months. Your sales directors have already provided the list, and our goal now po is to cascade, engage, and activate our agents. These client touch points can fuel the next 2 months with more conversations, more opportunities, and definitely more issuance. Every agent client interaction matters, especially now po that we are in the last 2 months of the year. My dear leaders, the next 40 days will define more than our year end numbers. They will define our identity. Of course, we want to make sure that we remain the number one because this will really help not only us but of course our agents in not only this in the last 2 months but beyond. The question now is, do we count the days or do we maximize them? Sana yung maximize po, no? Do we slow down or do we rise higher than ever? I am pretty sure the sales management of Real Life UK will rise higher than ever because champions are not measured by how they start but how they finish. And how we finish 2025 will set the tone, the culture, and the momentum for 2026. As we close, Paul, let us be guided by this Bible verse from 1 Corinthians 9:24. Run in such a way as to win the prize. Even the Lord God wants us not just to run, but to win. Not just to finish, but to finish strong. Not just to participate, but to lead. And as our former CDO, Miss Divine Faraganan, would always remind and ask us, pag ganito pong panahon, di ba, naaalala niyo pa po ba kung ano yung sinasabi at tinatanong niya sa atin kapag malapit ng matapos ng taon? And I quote, my dear leaders, 40 days na lang or may 40 days pa? Ano po ba ang ating sagot? I hope the answer is may 40 days pa. Our answer will always depends on how we choose to move from today. So my dear pro-life UK leaders, the best agency leaders of the number one life insurance company in the Philippines, let's finish this year with passion. Let's finish na nagkakaisa po tayo. And let's finish as champions. Stronger, braver, and fully prepared for the year ahead. God bless everyone and have a strong November finish. Back to you, Alali. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Marian, for the heartfelt message, closing message, rather. So, as we end this afternoon, rather this night, thank you again, dear leaders, for indulging us a little bit of time for today. Let's remember that ending November strong is equally important as ending 2025 very strong. We have shared with you how we will be number one again and again. And I think the best way to do it is we just have to do it together. And as they say, what you see is what you do. You've seen already what we are going to do. But what's more important is that what we do, because what we do is what we get. So let's keep the momentum high. Let us lead not just with continued focus, but more importantly, lead with the heart. And let's finish the year with pride, the number one life insurance company here in the Philippines. Once again, this has been your PRUConnect Session 2 for this month of November. I am Aleli Sandoval on behalf of Metro Manila 1 Sector and on behalf of PruLife UK. Thank you, dear leaders, for joining us tonight. Thank you and congratulations to the number one agency force in the life insurance industry here in the Philippines. Have a great night ahead, and let's end the month very strong. Thank you.